I have to say, just working in the sports industry for a long time, covering all sports, I noticed a little bit of a similarity, I think, with Harvey Weinstein in this way, which is, I'm going to be honest, a lot of people thought this about Sepp Blatter. There were always these kind of, it was a reputation that he had, not just because in 2004 he said that the women should wear tighter uniforms to try to attract a bigger audience. You heard Lee Gallagher say their World Cup win was the most watched soccer game in the United States ever, male-female. So I don't think they need uniforms that are going to be tighter. But there was that sort of thing where everyone knew that he was just kind of disgusting and a bad guy. I mean, how much did you guys talk about this amongst your own peers?
I mean, I'll just go back to what I've been saying this whole time. He's not the only one. I mean, it's just part of human culture. It's what we've taught boys growing up. It's what we've accepted as women as part of the normalities in the workplace. And, you know, I'm guilty as much as anybody else for not doing something sooner. So it's not just the Sepp Blatters of the world. Yes, we heard stories about him, but there are so many other executives that worked for FIFA, for U.S. Soccer, coaches, trainers, as I said, and even teammates. So we all have to have more of an awareness on our own actions and behaviors. And like I said, you know, it's not just men. Yes, it happens for the most time with men, powerful men, yes. But sexual harassment has been normalized in our society. And I've seen it in the locker room, and I've seen young players be very uncomfortable about our own locker room environment, which is not conducive to respecting the female anatomy. It becomes a locker room similar to a men's locker room in a women's locker room. So we have to be cognizant of that as well. We're not innocent either. So like I said, yes, it happened with Sepp Blatter, but it is all across the board.
I mean, I think we're going to open us up to questions in just a moment, so have them ready. But I think most people would want to say, I mean, how does this change? I know that is a massive question that might not even be able to be answered on this stage. But you've been in the U.S. women's national team system for, 17 years, as you said, and you know the ins and outs. What is a step they can take? What are a couple steps to try to eradicate some of this?
Well, I mean, I think we all know that creating dialogue is the first step. And you know, we've been pushing for equality and equal pay in women's football. We actually have a lawsuit against our employer. Myself and 4 other teammates, we filed it going on 2 years ago with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. And that started with just dialogue. It started with us saying, look, we're the best team in the world. We've been the most successful team for the United States Soccer Federation. We brought in $20 million for the Federation in 2016, and the men lost $5 million for the Federation in 2016, yet we're getting paid 25 cents to the dollar. So this isn't just about, you know, the overall concept of equality. It's also based off of merit. We're bringing in $20 million, and they have a negative loss of $5 million. And then you fast forward to just this year, 2017, ticket sales alone, the women are supposed to bring in $5 million, ticket sales alone. And the men are projected to have a negative loss of $1 million. So this started with just conversation. And then suddenly we got the fans behind us, we got the media behind us, we got congressmen and women behind us, we got former President Barack Obama behind us, we got Hillary Clinton behind us. All of a sudden, we had so much support from men and women across the globe. And we're still waiting to see what happens with our lawsuit. Obviously, the court system takes some time. But like I said, it's been close to 2 years, and we're hoping for a ruling any day now, perhaps a settlement. I don't intend to settle for anything short of what is equal, because for me, when you file for equal pay, you don't want to settle for less, because it's law. This is American law. This law was passed in 60 years ago, in 1962 or 1963 by John F. Kennedy, and yet we're still pushing to have equal pay. It was passed 60 years ago, but who's going to enforce it? We have to enforce it ourselves. And that's what I've learned is people don't want to give up power. You know, you can't just ask nicely for somebody to give up power, whether that's the U.S. Soccer Federation or FIFA or even, you know, the men wanting the women to get paid equally. Nobody wants to give that up. So I always say you have to take it. And sometimes it's an ugly fight. It's not asking to play nice. It's not being agreeable. You have to take what is rightfully yours.